Hello, Raiders. This is Ezron. We're not in my Bastion today. Today we are at the first stopping point in the cutscene where you make a new account. I get that it's all the rage to make new accounts if you have a relatively endgame account just to see what the new player experience is like. I think there's a little bit of additional reason to make a new account now, however, if you have ever considered it. And that reason is Ninja. He is not pullable from shards, and I believe that they've announced he will only be available until about October. So if you've ever considered making a new account, it might be a wise move to make it now just so you have Ninja, and you will have a very limited time legendary who, depending on the situation, can be quite good. It'll also give you the opportunity to see if they have changed anything on the onboarding experience. And I am not sure if they have or not, so I'm going to go click through this real fast and see what we get. I'll say I also play with sound off, so you don't hear all of the weird fake battle noises. So you probably get a little bit of sound in there as well. But this is pretty much as I remember it. We get to the end, and I believe Elhain gets eaten by the dragon, and then you get a choice of who you're going to start with. I have thought about this a little bit and decided I'm going to actually start with Elhain. Most people would say start with Kael. This is the new, I think, official pronunciation of who we used to call kale, like the vegetable. But as I get the game, more than a new starting player, and I think Elhain is probably better suited for the arena and might even be a slightly better campaign farmer at the expense of she doesn't have poison, so she won't be as good at clan boss or doing the actual dragon dungeon. But just given the back and forth about the arena and its relative importance to the missions, I'm going to pick her to hopefully make early arena a little bit easier, especially if it ever goes back to not having bot teams or being more difficult. So that is my plan. I also am going to play it as little as possible to get through the 7 days of getting Ninja, and then expect this will sit for some time just so I have. You may see occasional updates if new neat things come out, but I'm not planning on doing a full new account experience, just seeing where we have to go in order to get Ninja in the first place. So here we go. Our choices. We know who to pick. We have to choose. Picking Elhain for the reasons I just said earlier. She's also quite fast, which is nice. And there we go. I expect shortly it will drop me into a Bastion, or there might be a little bit more scripted content. We will see in just a minute. Yes, and it drops us directly into our new Bastion. We have to summon our first champion, who, if I remember correctly, is Sniper. And this is all something you would read and understand if you were new to the game. But I'm going to bust through it relatively quickly. And yes, Sniper, as I remember, who isn't terrible for a first champion. She helps you get through the first couple levels of the campaign. I'll click through this real fast. My whole goal is just to get to the point where I can start getting ninja pieces. And you get a little bit of lore here, which is nice. I will say that the lore that's here is cool. It just is not super complete. It's a little bit piecemeal, but I do like the fact that they put in the effort to do all this. Get a lead. It explains affinity, which is hugely important, and I think sometimes gets overlooked, even by very endgame players. And there we go with our 4 energy. This should be an easy win. And I think it is auto. Oh, it is not auto only. I'll do it on auto only just to verify that it works. And there we go. Easy for 2 AoE champions, and then we'll get the first stage cleared in just a moment. And hopefully it will then break the cycle and I can go back to my bastion and start collecting ninja. And I will... It doesn't give you a way to break out of this, I think, until you get through all of the equipping. There we go. Wow, come on now. Trying to go through this super quickly. It should be a little bit faster as I now have a common 1-star sword on. And bang, there we go. I'll run through the end of this stage, and assuming you can get then to the bastion, I'll go collect. Otherwise, I'll pause recording until we can get to that point, because I don't know how interesting it is for people who have played the game to watch this more than the one time that they normally do. Come on, take her down. There we are. We're 2nd level. And here we go. And then here we are. So you had to go through another round of equipping and upgrading artifacts. But then I can in fact say that you do get to the ninja hunt. And this is, I think, a huge advantage over getting shaman early on, who, people are led to believe is a good champion, when that's, not really the case. She can be helpful in early arena only when you can revive, and that throws people for a loop. But overall, I think ninja is a way better champion to have than shaman any day of the week. Let's get this closed. And there we are. Now we're into advertisements. So hopefully you maybe found this a little bit interesting and can take some advice of, if you're ever thinking about making a new account, now's the time to do it, because you will in fact get ninja, and you only have to log in 7 times to get him. You don't even have to play very much, and that is in fact my plan. So this is Ezron signing off.